Okay, I think we're good to go. Actually, correction, the next generation. NASA, it's actually good for go. We are good for go. Good to go ain't good on the radio. Good for go. I'm tired of. Sorry, the pain is subsiding. We had some pincha mayate, had just enough space for his bulldog. You can tell he spends all his time in the gym and selling dope so he can pay for all the steroids. I think he had him a hoe with him, not a hobo, a hoe girl or whatever. But this is essentially, my children, the Tao of the Rucksack. This is about mountaineering, tacticians, especially selection of the rucksack, backpack. Never mind. Now I get to talk about something I want to because I've been busting my ass. I'm close to final sort. I've got my area cleaned up to my, it's getting close to my specs, which is I'm just here, an old man. There's almost nothing here. Soon everything will be in its proper place, just like the rucksack. You gotta use some strategy. You just don't throw it all in there unless you're in a hurry. You carefully position everything in your life as is relevant to your current or working strategy and tactic. Okay. I see I'm almost, yeah, because my back was, I got this place policed up. This is kind of the old man, El Viejo. Oh gosh, what is it? El Viejo under. There's two different. Bajo, El Viejo bajo del árbol y la siesta. This is the place where I occasionally, if everyone leaves me alone, I catch 40 winks. Because, like I said, in the afternoon, that's when, compared to like 4 or 5 or before sunrise, 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever, that's the peak of the nyctohumoral cycle, and it starts by afternoon. I really should make it all about that. I'll tease you. This is a teaser for a future video too, but I'll talk about the rucksack. You know, I do come from that English culture. It's long work days, really. Of course, kind of high tea is that eating and a little resting period. It's actually a substantial meal. So technically, we English do observe the siesta and the mezzogiorno that is always separated northern Italy from southern Italy. Mezzogiorno. I believe I got that right. Middle of the day. Work in the morning, work in the evening. Middle of the day, go to bed, knock some boots, you know what I'm saying? Get a little something. I do the Homer Simpson. And then back to work. Nyctohumoral cycle. Oh, gosh. Sorry, spasm. Actually, I look so damn grubby, I'm about to pull out my trimmer and just show you my waddle. There's a waddle hiding up under there. I don't like my, okay. Mountaineering and tactics and planning and strategy. You people that buy these fancy dancy, because I've done it in the past. I even bought, in those days, paying like plus tax like $400. I bought a $450 state-of-the-art internal frame aluminum staves that you can bend to that slightly serpentine shape of your spine, all that kind of crap. And if you load it right, and no, too close to the body, holds in the heat, makes back muscles lax. Boom. Used it like one time, gave it to some guy, goes, here, give this a try, just to get rid of it, and somebody would use it. who really doesn't know that what they thought was the best design ever was crap. You know, I've bought about every kind of backpack, rucksack, all that shit you've ever, and the best of all was the Coleman Peak one, the tall, not the short one. That's really for the ladies. The Coleman Peak one was the ultimate in mountaineering. I don't give a fuck what you say. You're probably stupid. The Coleman Peak one was the first plastic external frame, not internal frame staves and shit, that was flexible, and the design was awesome. And it really only had 2 compartments. It's how you pack it. You figure first thing, you're gonna spend most of your time vertical, and the bag, once it's loaded, the entire frame, because the entire frame, like all around the frame, there were slots and places for you to strap on. You know, like on the sides, if you needed ropes and your pitons and shit like that, and your, hammer, yada, whatever, your ice pick, it was the best. I love that pack. That was actually when the Coleman Peak One talls couldn't be found on the market. That was really the end of my days, because you could easily put a basic 80 pounds on that and put another 20, 30 pounds of ropes, whatever. If you're really going to do some real serious, rock climbing, you could take the top compartment, which is large. It had 2 zippers, so you could meet it at the top, so you could actually reach in and get the shit you put close to the top. But you could also move the zippers to like your dominant hand, to where you could unzip for the side and pull out a shit ton of rope if that's what you were doing. The thought put into that bag, the way I want you to think about me and what the hell you're giving me, was incredible. And it was actually the first backpack I actually had that would rest almost all the weight, not on my fucking shoulders, but on my hips. And men don't have girl hips. We got square. A man has a square butt and not really big hips. That's one of the biggest problems with backpacks. Is the Coleman Peak One tall. It was at least 40 something inches, and it was slightly curved, had a good mesh air panel there to allow circulation, to keep your back muscles from getting lax from overheating. And at the bottom, it had a shape. I'll try to design it with it had a flat deal in the middle, but I'll get this. It was for your protection. If you put your food bag there, if in case I forget to come back on track, the bottom part was shaped like this: up at an angle, flat, and then down at an angle. And there was no bag there to occupy it. That's where you strapped on your fucking food, ditch bag, whatever you want to call it. And that protected your entire lower part of your spine, your coccyx, your hip joints. When the Coleman Peak One was properly loaded with your pack right there, big, good mountaineering pack, it gave you full head to past tailbone and hip protection in the fall. I know I had a couple from like low, like 60, 80 feet. Complete nothing. Just, pop the chest snap and ease it off and stand up and check, make sure not a broken bone in the body. You tell me one fucking bag you can put on your back, if you pack it all right and shit, where you can take an 80-foot fall and land on your back. Worst of all, if you landed on your butt, be okay, but the back is going to the weight of the pack is going to pull you to the back. And if you've packed it all correctly, and you know what? I can't remember the last time I saw a tall Coleman Peak 1. I saw a short one about old and worn out maybe 20 years ago. But the way that was, because like there was like a large upper compartment, fully nothing. So you could pack it, put stuff at the bottom, the stuff that you needed, so you could draw up the zippers from each side and unzip from the top and reach in the shit that need to get immediately. And then only maybe when you went to set up camp or you needed to reach in to get ropes or something from the side, could you open it all up and just pull everything out. And there was one, I don't know, it was like, I guess about 8 inches by whatever, 8 inches by 18, well, around that range, 16, 18 inches, where you could stuff in shit, like, down jackets or some crap like that, or you get my drift. Mittens, water bottles go good there too, because they're really good on impact, bruv. Just like those, the water-filled barrels at the V-shaped collision deals where there's a median or shit on highways. When you run into them that are filled with preferably water, sand will fucking just, water's already hard enough at high speed. Just to listen to the people who fell off and survived the Golden Gate Bridge. I knew one of the survivors who fell from the very top. He became an optometrist in San Jose. And so in life, there has to be, to prove that you're not a fucking schizophrenic who just throws it all in the bag, you need to carefully think about the design of the bag and where everything goes in it. That's what I just got through demonstrating to what is one of the most congested areas across the green space from a big ass mall full of idiots out pissing their money away, going into debt, or they just have way too much money and they like buying chintz and schlock. Chintz and schlock. So I love the whole mountaineering thing. I've talked about the clean water bottle, 1.5 liter, and then the the dirty water bottle that you urinate into inside your sleeping bag on the side of a mountain where you peg down. It's bivouac sack. And the clean water bottle and the Catadine ceramic silver impregnated Swiss sub-micron, 0.2 of a micron water filter, which will save your life if you're traveling around this world. You need the handheld version of that if you can find it still. I don't know. I'm not in the business no more. So this has been the Tao of the Rucksack, but I'm going to put mountaineering first, or a keyword. That's it, 1339.